We have to try, man. Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I'm still very ill, but I had to make a video to talk about this. Harry Kane of Tottenham, the captain of England, what's he, 27, going on 28 years old, in his prime, has asked Tottenham to sell him this summer, probably handing in a transfer request. I imagine this will become formal, news breaking everywhere. I'm out of breath over the last few hours. And it's massive, dude. Absolutely massive. I'm going to go into why I think Chelsea have to do absolutely everything to try and sign Harry Kane. Consider subscribing to Football Therapy if you're new to this channel, or indeed if you're not new, you're just a returning visitor. Please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notifications icon, because I'm back here on the regs, and if you want to show some support and love, feel free to drop a like on this video as we get into today's epic content. Right, so Harry Kane. I've mocked him before for the way he talks, but I've always admired what an incredible player this man is. Just absolutely lethal, but at the highest level. That goal he scored this weekend just absolutely shows that he never drops confidence. Never ever. As we speak, he's playing for a struggling Tottenham side. Granted, things have changed a little bit since they've changed the manager, but he's the Premier League's top goal scorer and he's the Premier League's top assister, despite playing for a turbulent Tottenham team. What beautiful alliteration that is. Top assists, top goals, despite that. Just look at how he scores goals. Both feet, clinical, always makes the right decision, never does anything silly, is amazing as a playmaker. He knows how to drop deep and play in runners, which would be absolutely amazing for Chelsea Football Club in terms of how many talented wide forwards we have. But most importantly, he's clinical and confident no matter what. No risks. You could bring in Lewandowski and there'll be a risk in the Premier League. I know he's like the top scorer in the Champions League, or one of the top scorers in the Champions League for the last few years, but in the Premier League is a different beast. It's a different question to any European and indeed world football striker coming into English football. You don't know how it's going to go. It will rock your world. Chelsea know better than any other Premier League club how difficult it is for a striker to come in from Europe, hit the ground running and just perform in the Premier League. The one thing Chelsea need is a clinical goal scorer. There's literally no one else on the planet. There is no one else on the planet who's a safer bet than Harry Kane, who's been consistently doing it for Tottenham. You put him in a team that plays him chances, he'll score. His chance conversion rate is absolutely insane. He's in his prime, he's good to go, he's driven, he's dedicated, and he is ready to win trophies. Had we had Harry Kane in many of our games this season, would probably be second, or maybe, well, he'd probably be second, maybe first, if Tuchel was there at the beginning of the season, and we would have won the FA Cup final, and you'd be confident for the Champions League final against City. He's that much of a difference maker. The only problem with Harry Kane is injuries, but he does have this peculiar, miraculous ability to bounce back constantly from injuries and heal rather quickly. Chelsea are quite good at managing player injuries. I think generally there have been historically a little few iffy moments with Pulisic and Kante of late, but generally we've got a good record, and oh my god, Kane would be perfect. Now I'm going to talk about, could we get him? Right. Daniel Levy would absolutely hate selling Chelsea Harry Kane, or selling Harry Kane to Chelsea. It would be abhorrent to him, the idea. Absolutely disgusting. He'd probably look at him and be like, right, you've given us loads of time. Even though we're ambitious and want to win trophies, we're not winning trophies. You know what, mate? Fair enough. You haven't won anything. Jude Bellingham's 11 years younger than you, and he has more major trophies than you have. And you're amazing. Fair enough, mate, you can go. And let's be real, you can't really see a cultured Harry Kane speaking Italian or Spanish in different leagues. He'll want to stay in the Premier League, and why not? He'd want to catch Alan Shearer's top goal scoring record in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So fair play. Daniel Levy will probably take all of this on and be like, right, we're going to sell you to Man United or Manchester City. you know, they're your options. They're the two big guns with bare peas. They're the two guys who will want a striker. Saying that, Man United and the Glazers, I think they will be looking for maybe a winger or maybe another midfielder, and they have just re-signed Edison Cavani for another year, and they think he's good to go, and he is good to go and perform at a high level in the Premier League. And of course, there is Man City, who like us want a new centre forward. They'll need to replace Sergio Aguero, and it's perfect. Harry Kane to City is perfect. It's perfect for Harry Kane in some ways, winning loads and loads of trophies, that's what he wants, and it's perfect for City because proven gunman in the Premier League. Pep Guardiola called Tottenham a couple years ago the Harry Kane team. You know, do you remember that when he says, oh yeah, the Harry Kane team, which was funny because it was Tottenham, but you know, he recognised there's the world-class player in there. So it kind of seems like a match made in heaven. I always thought, you know, Haaland was the perfect Aguero replacement, and you know, if they sign Harry Kane, maybe that leaves the door open to Chelsea to go for Haaland if he doesn't go to Bayern Munich, which is so friggin' boring. But let's be real, you can imagine not this summer, next summer, especially now Dortmund have secured Champions League football, they won't sell Haaland this summer. They'll wait till the next summer, and then Bayern will come in for the release clause, and it will be the replacement for Lewandowski. Boring, boring, predictable, boring, but you can see it happening. But who knows, maybe Chelsea somehow can wrangle it this summer and spend loads of money on Haaland. Maybe this summer, Man City and Chelsea, you know, get one of Harry Kane and Erling Haaland. I mean, either way, both sort of win, but in terms of a proven goal scorer now, to win right now, to deliver in the Premier League right now, it's Harry Kane. So, do Chelsea have a chance? Well, yes, maybe, and I'll tell you why. He loves London. It's been reported that he loves living in London, his family's in London, he's got a few young kids. I don't think he's got a particular interest in going up north, although it's not the end of the world to just travel 3 or 4, what's Manchester, 4 hours up north? 3 hours up north, like, you know, to and fro your family, to win loads of trophies and play under, you know, Pep Guardiola. I don't think that's going to be the biggest travesty for Harry Kane, theoretically. You know, the same would go for Manchester United, should he be interested in them. Although, I think, this is just me, like, taking a stab at it. If you look at the squads and the current managers, Guardiola and Tuchel, he'd probably think, right, if I'm going to go to Manchester, City definitely, because look at them and it's Pep Guardiola. But Chelsea aren't far behind. They might challenge for the title and win titles generally, and I get to stay in London, man. You know, Southwest London, you know, the pride of London, Nike, Chelsea. It was all, you know, we're in the Champions League final. It's not, you know, we're not looking like favourites at the moment, but we could win the Champions League. Who knows? Chelsea versus City in the Champions League final. Whoever wins might sign Harry Kane. Look, it's a long shot. There's a bunch of reasons against us. One is rival to Tottenham. Daniel Levy would hate it. Harry Kane would probably think that Tottenham fans would never forgive him. But maybe, I mean, he has given them such amazing service. But despite all that, they'd probably be thinking, fair enough, Harry, anyone but Chelsea. You know, I mean, that's not quite as bad as signing for Arsenal, but it might be like anyone but Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, there might be some fans out there that goes, he wants to stay in London. Chelsea are a better project. He's given us great service. Go to Chelsea. It sucks, but go to Chelsea. I think it's highly unlikely. I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't think we're nailed on, but the reports are suggesting it's both Manchester clubs and Chelsea who are most likely to sign him. Chelsea have made inquiries about Harry Kane before. Roman Abramovich likes him. I think we've been swept and waved away by Daniel Levy, but we have to try. Harry Kane is the most proven quantity in Premier League football and in English football. Like I said, top goal scorer, top assister in a struggling team, creator, captain of England. Harry Kane in a Chelsea shirt seems very, very appealing to me, and I want it. Anyway, it's massive news, it's breaking everywhere. It's not a surprise, but it's the dreaded news for the Spurs fans that's come out. The ball will be in motion now. It's pretty likely, if not certain, Harry Kane will transfer to a Premier League club this summer, and I reckon it's going to be between Chelsea or the Manchester clubs. We have a chance, and if Roman truly has some money to go all in, I think he absolutely should do that and at least try and convince him with the romance of staying in London with a new project with, some more England teammates in the Chelsea team, Mason, Chilwell, Reece James, brilliant. Come hang out. Who knows? Declan Rice might join. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think Chelsea can sign him? Do you think he should be a priority? Do you think we should be worried about injury concerns? Let me know down in the comment section below. I am very ill, so I'm gonna go and have a lemon sip now. I had to make this video to talk to you guys. Please open up the discussion down in the comment section. Drop a like to show your support and consider subscribing. Enjoy the football. I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.